Today is party time. Well, at least a party with a cultural side to it, of course. This week we'll show you a performance of one of the most important carnivals of Colombia, the Carnaval of Baranquilla. The history of this event is even recognised by UNESCO as part of the heritage of Colombia. And today I'm one of more than 1,000 guests to attend this unique and rare performance. I'm Paul Brown, this is West International. It may be romantic to imagine the sights, sounds and tastes of a new home, but in reality, relocating to another country can be a tough and long process. To avoid the stresses and strains, it may be a good idea to make use of the services of a relocation company. Find out more about this in our service item. In our Vox Pops this week, we ask high school students about their opinion of integration into the Netherlands. Of course, we have Cecilia with her surprise item, but first let's join Nicola and find out about a sweet and tasty dessert and the fascinating story behind it.
Today I'm visiting Cassandre Fleming, who moved here 14 months ago with her son and husband from Australia. Now, she seems to be settling in quite quickly, but a little bird told me that she does have a few social etiquette tips for the Dutch, so I'm quite intrigued to find out what they are. Maybe I'll find out while we're cooking, which, by the way, is Cassandra's hobby and job. So I wonder what we're having today. Anzac biscuits, damper, Vegemite sandwiches. So, Cassandra, what's on the menu today?
I'm making a pavlova.
What's that exactly?
It's a nice dessert made from egg whites and sugar with fresh cream and fruit.
Ah, very slimming then. Is this typically Australian?
Yes, I say it is. I grew up eating lots of pavlovas at barbecues on a sunny day.
Great. Well, where's the kitchen then?
This way.
Cassandra, 14 months you've been in Holland.
Yes.
What are your first impressions of the Netherlands and in particular the Hague area?
Oh, when we first moved here we had a great feel about it. It's got a good community feel and people were very welcoming into our streets and thought it was very safe and great for children and lovely parks and we could get on our bikes and everything was relatively close.
Not compared to Australia.
Yeah.
And what about the people?
Yeah, well, I'm still getting used to them, I think. And the way they communicate, I think, is a little bit more forward than the Australians.
That's one way of putting it, yeah. Could you give us an example?
Well, when I first arrived here, I went and bought my meat from the butcher and was trying to work out what things are. And he gave me a magazine in Dutch and said, it's in Dutch, but maybe you should think about learning.
So, tell me, how do you know when it's ready?
Well, when I tip it over your head and it doesn't come out, then it's ready.
Go on then, I dare you.
There we go, I think it's ready, your hair's clean.
Now, I haven't been snooping around your house or anything, but I can't help noticing how organised you are, because I spotted this. This is incredible.
Yes, it makes a job easier when it's all in little containers.
I mean, now I believe that you're a proper cook when I see that. And you've got your own catering company, haven't you? Yeah,
I do, called the Dinner Diva.
And so what exactly happens? You go to people's houses and...
Yeah, use their kitchen to create a restaurant meal in their home, serve it to the table, pour their wines, wash up, and leave the kitchen probably cleaner than when I arrived.
You may come to my house anytime. Wow, this looks amazing. In fact, it's as good as a birthday cake, this.
Yeah, Australians do have this at birthday parties.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Dutch birthday party?
I have been to a couple of Dutch birthday parties.
And what do you think?
Yeah, they're different to the way Australians celebrate them. They're a little bit more formal, maybe.
How?
Well, in Australia, you always greet the boy and girl with happy birthday, but here you tend to do the parents and the grandparents and the aunties
and the cousins.
Yeah.
And what were you served at the parties?
Well, coffee and cake when you first arrive, which is quite bizarre. I think Australia you get a beer or wine, crack a can, they'd say.
Not a cup of coffee, no.
No.
So Cassandra, do you think our cake's ready?
I can smell it, I think it is. Let's see.
Yes, look at that. What
Wow.
a masterpiece. I think we're going to get really fat today. Should we go and eat it in the sitting room?
Yeah, let's go.
Come on. So, pavlova, doesn't sound very Australian to me.
Yeah, well, I've been doing some research and I found out that Anna Pavlova toured Australia and she's a Russian ballerina and the dessert was named after her.
Really?
Yeah, and did you also know that she actually toured The Hague as well and stayed in the Hotel des Indes and she actually died there.
No.
And there's some history of her in the Hotel des Indes.
Wow. Well, look, I've lived here for 14 years. I didn't know that. You've been here 14 months, so you're way ahead of me. Well, the moment of truth. The moment I've been waiting for all afternoon, in fact. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Cassandra. And, well, if you would like to have a go at making this, you know what to do. Go to our website, www.westinternational.nl, and good luck with your meringues. I hope they don't flop.
It has nice people. It's a beautiful place, just, you know, visually.
I like the freedom because it's really easy to go out and meet people here.
I also like the level of class distinction in this country because it's not as large as it is in my own country, so you don't see like poverty like stacked in the face, and I think that's it's a good thing.
It's also not as crowded and busy and stuffy as the Philippines.
I like the people that are around here.
Very honest, so that's definitely a difference from perhaps Swedish people, which are a little bit more concerned about image perhaps, and here it's almost that brutal honesty, and that's cool.
The green nature of Holland. I mean, you see the wind turbines, the bicycle roads everywhere, and it's really wonderful what a nation can do to preserve energy and just to preserve the environment.
Relocating to a new country is not simply a matter of finding a new home and moving your goods. It also involves organising day-to-day matters such as immigration paperwork and finding schools for your children. A thorough preparation before you move is therefore very important.
The assistance of a relocation company can be invaluable in helping you find your new home. They can assess your situation and provide you with a full service, from before your departure to long after your arrival in your country of destination.
First we look into the house, we make an estimation what the volume is, see if they have antiques, a Van Gogh or a Rembrandt or huge items which need to be created. Then the move itself takes a few days to do the packing, and from there on we proceed.
The importance of keeping your children involved in all plans for the move is sometimes overlooked.
We take special care of the kids. The kids, it's a very emotional process for them as well. So when we load the container, the last box is the box of the children. And that box will be first unloaded as well. So the children feel, most of the time, they feel directly at home.
So when everything is settled over here, it is still a challenge to arrange things in the destination country. To guarantee a smooth door-to-door relocation, it is important to find a company that have strictly selected certified agents abroad.
We take the families by hand as well. We go to the destination to look for a house. We make a funnel for that to see what they would like to, what wishes they have, what kind of house they want, what kind of school they have, what kind of religion they have, how far they would like to live from work. And then we make a small tour for 2 to 3 days, and then most of the time they will find the house they want.
Homesickness, boredom on the part of the trailing spouse, problems with the local food. There is more than one reason life in a new country can soon become quite overwhelming. It is sometimes very stressful, and according to a survey, 1 in 5 relocations don't actually work out.
The main worries for moving abroad is that there is a failure rate of 20%. It takes an expat approximately a year to get to know the country, to feel a little bit at home. The human resource does not always realize what the expat is going through. They do not realize that an expat really needs some attention, that everything needs to be well organized. I think it's a good idea to outsource it to a relocation company because they are the professional, they have experience in moving people, but most of the time they even lived abroad themselves. So they know exactly what the expat is going through.
I definitely miss the sunny, warm weather in the Philippines, the tropics.
The sky and the mountains. Since I was born in Almaty, there's the Tanshan Mountains in the south, and every time I wake up, I always see the blue mountains, and it's always an open sky.
I'd say the people and like their jokes.
It might sound really weird, but I miss all the gadgets there because, you know, Japan's famous for its technology and everything.
Well, the thing is, I've never lived in my home country. Yeah, I've always lived in different countries and gone to international schools like here. But you know, from being there in the summer, and I miss the sun.
Most of all, I think I miss the sense of belonging where you act in a context, as opposed to living here when I'm in an international school where there are lots of different nationalities, and you're less defined by where you're from and more defined by who you are, and it's a little scarier.
In 1997, a few friends decided to set up an expat soccer team in The Hague. Now, in the beginning, they struggled to find enough players just to fill 2 teams, but now, 12 years later, the soccer club boasts over 150 expats from many different nationalities. Today, our Cecilia surprises one of the founding members who's put a lot of effort into making the club what it is today.
Any of you guys here named Phil? You?
Yeah.
I have a surprise for you from West International. Can we sit down and chat a bit?
Of course, yes. Hang on.
Yeah, settle your nerves.
I'm ready now.
Okay, so Phil, where did you come from and what did you do in the last 12 years?
Okay, yeah, well, I come from England. And yeah, when I came back, a few of us were playing five-a-side football together, and then we joined this club. And after a few weeks, they asked us if we wanted to put a team out.
Actually, I heard that you were going around to different pubs and actually trying to get extra members.
Well, there was a legend that I would go out at 12 o'clock on a Friday night to get the 11th and 12th player for the morning. So I'd take people's beer out of their hands, put it down, and send them home, so they could get to the football the next day.
And so how many people is it now on the team?
Well, we have about 200 players now.
Whoa!
Plus, and that's over 8 teams. And we're just bringing in junior teams for next season now. And we've probably had about, I don't know, 800, 900 players over that time, maybe 1,000 in that time. So it's yeah, it's with a lot of people through the gates.
Wow. So, and what brought you here to the Netherlands to begin with?
The reason I first came here was in 1990 because I was supposed to be going to Kuwait.
Whoa.
In August 1990, and that was the exact week that Iraq invaded Kuwait. So I was diverted here instead. And yeah.
Much better that you stayed here. And what did you think of your experience in the Netherlands so far?
Well, yeah, excellent. You know, I think like a lot of people, the football and the sport and the friendship and the social life that you get through it keeps us all here, you know, and it makes us not want to go anywhere else because, you know, there's more to life than that, but it's a big part of everybody's life who's involved in this. Yeah.
So, do you know who of these people gave you a surprise and told us about it?
Oh, they're always constantly surprising me. But I would suspect maybe Ben.
Yeah.
So a very long-term friend of mine. Yeah.
It is Ben. And do you know what he has for you?
No.
No clue? It is 2 tickets to Ado.
Oh, great.
And you get to pick from 3 dates.
Okay, fantastic.
And maybe you can take Ben here?
I will do, yes, yeah, if you ask me nicely.
So I hope you guys have a great time, and that was really nice of you. And thank you for doing all this. It's been really successful, and I think it's helped a lot of people here.
It has, yeah, over the time, and we're just going to get bigger and bigger. That's the idea. No limits. We keep going forward.
Enjoy. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll have a great time. Which one do you want to go to?
So if you want to surprise your mates or your football team, let us know on www.westinternational.nl. See you next week.
Well, I played for a Dutch club football team, so I have like kleedkamer and warmlopen, but I mean that's it. I don't, only the football terms.
Ik ben Yukino.
Ik ben Toby, which is my name. Doei, dag, goedemiddag.
Dankjewel, alsjeblieft en doei.
Hallo, doei, dag. Dankjewel. That's the only thing I can say. And ja.
I know goedemiddag, but I probably said it wrong.
Ik hou van Nederland.
Ik hou van Holland.
Echt. I see that on TV like every time, so I just knew that word.
For some people, the Carnaval of Baranquilla is just another party, with dancers and a happy group of spectators. But for others, it's much more than that. They rank it as a cultural event and part of Colombia's heritage. Actually, they're both right, and today I'm here to celebrate the Carnival. There'll be 1,000 other people taking part in this special performance, ranked as one of the most important carnivals in Colombia.
The Carnival of Baranquilla is multicultural, diverse and rich in different cultural expressions. Its dancing style, just like its music, is a combination of styles from every city of the Caribbean part of Colombia. Barranquilla's carnival is said to be the world's second largest carnival, next to Rio de Janeiro. Due to its richness in culture and tradition, it was declared part of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity by UNESCO in November 2003.
Mr. Ambassador, first of all, thank you very, very much for your time today, because I know you've just flown in and it's been quite a hectic day for you. First of all, can I ask you, what's the purpose of today's event?
Colombia is a very diverse country, and one can see it in its diverse cultural expressions. And the Carnaval of Barranquilla. Barranquilla is one of Colombia's largest cities. Is one of Colombia's most important cultural events, and although it is one can see different versions of it, it is a very autochthonous expression of Colombia, and that's why we wanted to share it here in The Hague.
Ladies?
Good evening. Hi, good evening.
What do you think about it so far then, the performance on stage?
Oh, it's great.
It's great. I couldn't stay still.
I just want to go up and dance also.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I like the rhythm, and I think they look like they're having so much fun. So it's nice to see them enjoying themselves so much. And that's what it's all about anyways, happiness.
So is it a big Colombian community in the Netherlands?
I don't have like a precise answer for that, because although there are some estimates that say that there are between 2,000 and 3,000 Colombians, I have heard that maybe it's larger. But what happened is that for many years, Colombia was a destiny for adopting kids, and they came to Holland. So chances are that there are many Dutch with a Colombian origin.
Really?
Sure, because they were adopted in Colombia and they came to Holland. So,
so they're a sort of second generation. Well, I couldn't really call it that, but it's children who were adopted from Colombia and then raised.
Yes, because for many years it was like a preferred destiny for adopting children. It was Colombia, and I'm very happy that they had the chance to grow up among Dutch and in this country.
You really sense a spirit in the performance of joy and of dance and of freedom.
Yes, I think that's the spirit of the performance, and it is reminding people that life is so short. Yes, there are many things to be worried, but there's so many things to feel happy and to enjoy, and we should not forget that part of life.
How did the Dutch receive this carnival then? What do the Dutch think of it?
The last time in the previous performance, it was wonderful. Everybody had a lot of expectation what the performance was about, and at the end, everybody was dancing, moving their hands, and you know that sometimes that's not very easy. That's not very Dutch.
No, exactly. I was going to say.
But I think that Wow.
It pressed a few hot buttons and got people sort of loosening up and doing all
and
this stuff.
Loosen and I think it was wonderful. Really.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I think it is like a very nice expression of some of the best things that we all humans carry inside, and that sometimes we keep it very hidden, no?
Exactly. It's nice to have a period where everybody just throws their arms up and says,
be yourselves, be happy, enjoy life, and let's party.
Classic ballet and urban dance, Tchaikovsky and Kabula, white and black. This is the theme of the dance piece Zwanenmeer, Balmermeer. Classic and modern styles come together in a fresh, invigorated version of Swan Lake, a great combination of ballet and street dance. Sax Appeal is a unique and original program put together by the resident orchestra. Their performance will be a little unusual, as the saxophone will be the star of the night. 5 different pieces will be played, including the Hymn Sacra or Sacred Hymn by Berlioz and Gershwin's An American in Paris. The Yamato Shin On or Heartbeat is a genuinely theatrical experience, full of movement, passion and humor. The power and precision of the beating drums is something unique to behold. The Yamato drummers will be touring the Netherlands from the 15th of April and will visit The Hague on the 22nd. The Dutch Water Dreams is an exclusive water park having a special summer weekend this week. Visitors can try out all of the water sports on offer with the purchase of a day pass. There'll also be plenty of other activities during the weekend, so there's plenty to keep the whole family amused. For these and other tips on going out, visit our website, www.westinternational.nl.
I've had a great time today. It was a real pleasure to meet the ambassador of Colombia and be here to witness the colour and the gyrations of the carnival that is Baranquilla. Well, that's it for this week's show. And don't forget, you can check out our website to find out everything that's going on in your region and to catch any episodes you may have missed. I'll see you next week on West International. You are what you watch.